7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're looking at the real deal now. Gonna kick this sorry ass out on the street. What you got? You used to think you owned the street. We'll pack your bags and your ass is dead meat.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the brand new Lowdown Show REMIX. Yeah, that's right. As you heard in the intro, this is the remixed version of the Lowdown Show, and we'll be only covering NXT because we are NXT. And as you can see in the video version, if you're watching, I got my glorious Nexus t-shirt. I mean, it's not really NXT, but, you know, it's close enough. I don't have, like, a generic Nexus t-shirt. But, guys, welcome to No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast, your Canadian WWE podcast that reviews NXT now. And we have no holds barred on anything we say, pun intended. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at No Holds Barred WP. You can follow myself at Real Kyle Masters, and you can follow my co-host at Corporate Cappy. You can also follow us on Instagram at No Holds Barred WP. Go check us out on there if you're into that sort of Instagram thing. We are also available to listen to on the go on Spreaker, iTunes, and Stitcher. Or if you want to watch the video version and see my glorious face, go over to youtube.com/NHBWR and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon for all upload updates. I am your host, as always, and still the host of the new Lowdown Show Remix, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters. And I am joined by my co-host, ladies and gentlemen, he is the blissful boss, Mr. Corporate himself, Corporate Cappy. Say that again? Wait. Did you just do the R-Truth intro?
Yes.
To
go along with the Mrs. remix.
Conspiracy had me.
Just
oh
like
my god.
The WWE.
God. But guys, welcome to newly revamped Lowdown Show. A lot of stuff revamped on the show, as you notice. We have a brand new glorious logo and a new fresh look on the channel and also on our YouTube channel. And you see the new graphics here for our NXT. If you're watching on YouTube, this is the new graphic I've designed for our NXT review we'll be doing on a weekly basis. We are not doing RAW and Smackdown anymore, as myself and Corporate Cappy have both agreed that the product is just like a mad level right now for us to review it. We're sick and tired of saying the same crap every goddamn week and giving you guys basically the same review every week and getting the same crap every week. So, you know, like R-Truth just said, we've had enough. We've had enough of this shit. We're going to do NXT because NXT is literally the greatest show that's going right now. And every week there's something different. Every week we're getting something better. Which it's just that good. I mean, yeah, it's going to have its flaws, which that's what this review is the review show is for. We'll point out those flaws and we'll talk about it and maybe see how they can make things better. Maybe we'll give our opinions on that. But this is going to be the same as the Lowdown Show, guys. We're still going to have the list of 10 segment. It's still going to, I know it's Jericho and Ty Dillinger, but, you know, it kind of incorporates NXT a little bit. But we'll still have our list of 10 superstars of the week. And we'll still read your tweets out there, which I sent out the tweet. And we have our tweets this week about NXT. And we'll answer your questions and share any thoughts you guys have with the NXT show on Wednesday nights. So look out for the tweet after NXT. I'll usually send it out then. And then Thursday, it looks like we'll be doing the review show from now on. So stay tuned for that, guys. In the chat, we got Mason Dunbar joining us, Cupid Girl 125, and Glorious Greg. Did someone say glorious?
Greg.
Says. What's going on, Greg?
I haven't seen Greg in a while.
Yeah, Greg, it's great you're gracing us with your presence right now, man. Thanks for tuning in today.
I was ready to scratch you off in as a nomination for Twitter Fan of the Year. I haven't seen you in that long.
Oh.
I mean, I haven't been here either, so I can't really talk.
Yeah.
So
well, you can't win that award.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna give myself the Twitter Fan of the Year award.
We'll give it to you.
Be the most corporate thing of all time.
That would be like the biggest shot to the fans ever. Like we do the whole award ceremony and then we give it to you. I think we'd lose all our subscribers. Yeah, Greg been busy with school. Yeah, we understand, man. We understand. We got you, kid. We got you, bud.
Yep, I was in that spot last year. I know what it's like.
Yeah, I got to get that glorious education, he says. Yeah. I don't think Bobby Roode would have anything more than have you have a glorious education. But anyways, guys, if you are new and just tuning in, I'm Kyle Masters. My corporate co-host is Corporate Cappy. And basically, we used to do Raw and Smackdown review. Now we're switching over to NXT. It's the very first episode and the debut episode. And if you're wondering what chat we're talking about, that is the Spreaker chat. Spreaker is an awesome software to use if you're just starting out podcasting. This is a software that we found and we've been continually using for podcasting, as you can either do live or pre-recorded podcasts. We choose to do ours live, something different, something not a lot of podcasts out there do. Well, they do, but we basically make almost all our shows live. But it's an awesome app, and you're also able to chat with us. I have the chat on screen at the same time that I'm recording. It's in my little studio here, and if you guys want to make an account, it takes 2 seconds to make an account. You subscribe to us, obviously, and you can chat with us in the chat. And well, I mean, here and there, if we see anything good, we'll say it on the air. And sometimes Corporate Cappy chimes in too on the chat when he's on doing the show with us. I can't really because my laptop's way up here on a little pedestal thing. That's why the camera's all the way up here. If you guys are watching on YouTube. But yeah, that intro, yes, Cupid Girl, thank you for the intro. I actually did that all today. And I got something planned for the video one, so if you want to go back and watch the video version of that intro, it is awesome. I suggest you, even if you guys don't listen to us on YouTube, go and watch the intro. I spent maybe a day on it and making it, so it's awesome. Thank you very much.
Okay, Elvis.
And the Miz intro is the best. That's going to be the theme song. By the way, that's going to be the theme song from now on here on the Lowdown Show remix. Is that what Miz going remix? Yep, and it goes right into the Lowdown Show theme. So we're continuing that. But enough wasting time. Let's get in to the NXT review. And boy, I gotta get my notes up because I had them up and I closed them.
You closed them.
And I closed them.
Do we want to go, since we're not really going over Raw and Smackdown anymore, do we want to briefly go over the pay-per-view?
Yeah, okay, so we were talking about this before the show. I know we didn't do a Hell in a Cell review for you guys. It was tough doing one. I mean, the pay-per-view only had 2 good matches out of the entire pay-per-view. We both agree with that. Yeah. I mean, you had the tag team match, and the AJ Styles Baron Corbin title match was good. I just didn't like the ending, even though it was my boy Baron Corbin picking up the victory in his first ever championship in the WWE. My favorite matches were only 2. I only liked the tag team match, which blew it away, and that was the opening contest. And then the Hell in a Cell match at the end with Shane McMahon, that went over the fucking top. That was like insane. And what we got at the end of that with the Sami Zayn heel turn is just blew it out of the water. But 2 good matches does not make up a good pay-per-view. Let me get this straight, and let me put it out there right now. 2 good matches out of 8 total matches doesn't make the fucking pay-per-view good. That means it's 2 out of 8. I give that a rating of 2 out of 8. Like, it wasn't a great pay-per-view. It had 2 good matches. They got to stop with these stupid gimmick pay-per-views if you're going to only have 2 matches inside Hell in a Cell. Your main championship wasn't fucking inside Hell in a Cell. So why do I even constitute Hell in a Cell as being anywhere legit?
Especially the WWE Championship match. Oh my god,
that was awful.
Your boy, if we want to call him that, Jinder.
No, you can't. You cannot sit here and tell me he's my boy. I'm not going to accept that. Jinder is the worst WWE champion to date.
I mean, yeah, he's really bad, and apparently he's got a shoulder injury.
Yeah. Now I'm hearing today, guys, that Jinder Mahal is an injured shoulder. He's been seen with that athletic tape. If you guys don't know what it is, about Bailey wears it and Cesaro wears it. Jinder has it on his shoulder right now. He's been doing that at live events recently after Hell in a Cell. So it looks like he hurt himself at Hell in a Cell. I don't know how you hurt yourself in that match. Oh, wait, I know. Because you're a terrible wrestler and don't know how to fucking wrestle safe in the ring. But he's our WWE champion. You wonder why I don't want to fucking review Raw and Smackdown anymore.
And then he wasn't even there this week, and it didn't make a difference. But anyway, as for
he
Hell in a
was there.
Cell,
No, he was there. He was in the dark match in 205 Live because he was injured, and he barely wrestled in that match apparently.
Great. But yeah, I mean the Hell in a Cell match with Shane and KO was great. Like the ending was just insane with Sami Zayn, helping KO for whatever reason, and the tag team match was great. So it opened and ended good, but the middle of the show was ugh.
Yeah.
The women's match terrible, and the division on NXT looks like it's going to be a lot better than what they got on SmackDown.
NXT is going to be insane. I can't wait for the next Takeover. Like Takeover War Games is going to be. Like, are you kidding me? Takeover War Games? That just beats both Raw and SmackDown's B pay-per-views the last two they just had, and it hasn't even happened yet.
I agree.
Shocker. Michael Chow joined the chat. What's going on, Michael Chow?
That's our Hell in a Cell review. That's how long it.
That's it. And that's how long it deserves. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to talk. I don't need to talk about Rusev and Randy Orton. Who gives a flying fuck about that? The women's match was goddamn awful because Natty's the worst women's champion in the world, and my corporate co-host here finally agrees with me. And Shinsuke Nakamura Jr., you just heard our thoughts on that. Ty Dillinger should have won the U.S. title match. It was complete bullshit. Now they've buried him back to the dark matches. He had a dark match this week on SmackDown, and then he had some stupid cringe commercial that they put on the YouTube channel after. It's just stupid, man. Like, I hate everything they're doing with the main roster people.
I don't mind Dillinger losing, but I just don't like how he was a pawn for the whole month for them, for Styles and Corbin to just not lose.
And he didn't include him until the Hell in a Cell pre-show where barely anyone fucking watches. Again, they're burying him that way. They know. WWE fucking knows that no one watches that pre-show. So they do it there and don't give him the TV time he deserves and the honor of getting that spot put on TV. No, we got to put it on the network, on the stupid YouTube channel. No one fucking watches. No one watches the pre-show. Give me a break.
I agree.
Anyways, that's it. Fuck it. This is NXT. This is the remix of the Lowdown Show. So we'll be talking about NXT, the greatest brand in the WWE right now. Yes, I fucking said it. The greatest brand in the WWE right now because it is 10 times better than Monday Night Raw. It is 10 times better than SmackDown. And you do not want to sit here and argue with me because it is, and it's only goddamn 45 minutes long. Sad. How does this brand beat both main roster brands? I don't understand that. They're in the same fucking company.
Because they're run completely different.
It's sad. That's sad. That's honestly sad. You don't think, like, how would Vince not... If I was Vince, okay, my head's not senile. I'm normal. If I was Vince, I'd be sitting there going, fuck, look, NXT is doing so good. Look at all the mainstream they're getting, like the mainstream attention they're getting. Look at everyone's fucking saying it's better than our current product and main roster. Wouldn't you sit there and go, maybe I should sit down with the creative people of NXT, my son-in-law, Triple H, and see what they're doing that we're doing that's completely wrong. Like, they're fighting to keep up with Monday Night Football on a Monday basis.
And it was a terrible game this week.
If you had a good product, you don't have to compete with Monday Night Raw or football. You wouldn't have to do that if you had a excellent product. But because you know you have a garbage product, you have to compete with Monday Night Football, put your main event in the middle of the fucking show.
And the cruiserweights end the show.
End of it. And to try to make it seem like the cruiserweights are getting this main event time when really you know that everyone's tuned back to Monday Night Football to watch the end of the fucking game. So you're going to put whatever useless crap you have on TV. And what is that on the list? 205 Live. Unbelievable.
It's like that every year. I don't understand why they don't just think, maybe we should put on a good product for the whole show and maybe people wouldn't care about Monday Night Football.
Exactly. Complete and utter trash.
And that's all you're going to rant about today, hopefully.
That's it, because now we're already 15 minutes in and we haven't spoken a word about the glorious brand. Yes, Glorious Ray gets a shot to you. Glorious NXT. And NXT this week was great. Great. A product I can say that I can walk into and walk out saying, what a good show. From start to finish, good show. And what? It was an hour? You tell me it was a fucking hour? Wow.
Could you say it was a big show?
No. I will not say that. Anyways.
Well, it opened up fantastic.
Yeah. And last week, let's kind of go. I'm going to kind of go over what happened last week to lead into this show because I know this is the debut of our new show, but we're going right in the middle of everything, right? Because the start date basically for the NXT season, if you would call it, is after Brooklyn. So last week it was highlighted by Roderick Strong facing Drew McIntyre for the NXT Championship, which had a good build for like a couple-week build. It's crazy how NXT can build a championship match in like 2 weeks and make it a good build. And it was a really good build for that. And the match was good. I really, really enjoyed the match. Like, Strong looks insanely good, man. The guy is going to be a future NXT champion. I guarantee it.
I mean, I love Roderick Strong. I just think he needs a little bit more character.
Yeah.
I think once he, gets a little bit more charisma,
yeah,
and starts to grow a character, because he doesn't really have a character right now. I think that's when he'll take off.
Yeah. There was that little tease too at the end of the match too, when Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Adam Cole came out, and they kind of like, I don't know if they really teased at him joining the group. I don't know, but that'd be sick. I think I can see them later doing that. Maybe there's like maybe Roderick Strong kind of stays babyface, and then there's like he does like a heel turn on the face team he's part of, and he joins Undisputed Era. I can kind of see that happening in the future. That'd be sick.
But like a 4-person like a 4-man stable in NXT, I don't know if that's too much of an overkill.
Well, I mean, if you include the women, Sanity's 4.
Yeah, but 4 male superstars, because at least Nikki Cross is doing her own thing,
I guess. Well, Evolution was 4.
Yeah, but in NXT it seems it's too much. Like, there's not really anything they can really do. They can't go for mid-card titles.
But then maybe he can stay as a babyface, and that'd be like his feud to build his character up. And
I would like that better, to be honest.
With a guy like Adam Cole, man, they can literally put each other over like crazy. Last week also had Iconic battling Ruby Riott in a 2-on-1 handicap match, but eventually led to Nikki Cross making her way to the ring, like out of the crowd, and eventually she tagged herself in the match, which I'm like, oh, is that I'm like, I wish I had a WWE rulebook in front of me, because I'm like, so if you're in a handicap match and someone randomly just comes out of the back and tags in, is that automatically become a 2-on-2 match? Like, I don't understand. Like, she tagged Ruby Riott in and then went into the match. Then Ruby Riott would eventually hit her finisher for the win. So that was strange. But there's this Nikki Cross and Ruby Riott. They're not friends, but like they sort of kind of helping each other out against Iconic. And Iconic's an extremely good team right now, and it's addicting. Like, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay are becoming more and more over by the week. Ruby Riott's still trying to build her own, and Nikki Cross. She's just insane. Everyone loves her. We also had last week Danny Burch basically challenged Lars Sullivan to a match next week, which is this week, because of Lars Sullivan coming out and beating Oney Larkin after he already beat him in a match last week. The dominance of Lars Sullivan has been insane. He's basically almost like he's like a poor man's Braun Strowman for NXT, basically.
And the crowd was actually behind him.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I tweeted about it yesterday. He looks like Gene Snitsky. Like a more jacked version of Gene Snitsky. And I tweeted this week, I'm like, I just want one time for Lars Sullivan to look into the camera and go, "It wasn't my fault." I would die. I would be complete. I would make my night. That would be fucking hilarious. Yeah, so that happened. So we got that match this week, which we'll talk about. It was also announced last week that in 2 weeks, so next week, Sanity will face off against Undisputed in a 3-on-3 match. Which is interesting, because in my head, I'm thinking I don't think this match is actually going to go down. I think there's going to be like a brawl during one of the entrances, and the match is not even going to start. There's going to be fucking, I guess I can pun it here, sanity. It's going to be fucking insanity and fucking chaos everywhere. So I kind of predict that happening next week. I don't think they're finally going to have their match next week. So don't expect too much stuff from that, because I know they're going to try to hype it. I don't think that they're going to have the match next week. So I'm just predicting that.
I mean, I wouldn't say that you're wrong there.
Yeah, because it would be too early. I think they want to save that, like, their first ever matchup together for War Games. Like, they want to keep the build that they're doing right now for these guys is insane. They don't need to have a match with each other yet.
That's the whole point of War Games.
Yeah. So we also had the debut of Lio Rush last week. Well, it was kind of a debut. The 22-year-old prodigy is being labeled as. And he was going to go up against Aleister Black, of all people, but he got jumped from behind by the Velveteen Dream, during Aleister Black's entrance. So he got jumped in the ring by Velveteen Dream, and he basically, Velveteen was like, after laying down Lio Rush and kicking him out of the ring, he was challenging Black to get into the ring, and Black does his signature pose in the ring, like to jump into the ring and does the cross-legged thing, and then Dream basically was like on the ramp, like trying to get him to look at Velveteen Dream, and Black was not having none of it. He just freaking dead stare into the crowd and didn't look over. So I thought that was pretty cool. And Velveteen Dream, man, the guy, as much as people hate him and people want to give him shit, the guy is going to be a great heel. The guy can generate fucking heat like a magnet. Like he's just a heat magnet. We saw what he did at the live event and how he used the environment. Like, if you have a heel that can use the environment really good and can, you know what I mean? Like he can play to that environment and play into his character and actually generate heat, then you know you have a good heel on your hands. And that's Velveteen Dream. Not even putting his wrestling skill aside, he's an insane wrestler. So I think they got a good feud here with Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream.
I'm not the biggest Velveteen Dream guy, but I mean,
not a lot of people are.
I do agree that he is a very good heel, and he's very good at what he's doing right now. It seems like he's very comfortable in that kind of character, which a lot of people probably wouldn't be. Yeah.
Oh, a Dadass Podcast has joined the chat. Tiffany from Dadass Podcast. What is going on, Tiffany? And guys, Dadass Podcast, I'm going to do a quick plug to them really quick. They are an awesome relationship-based podcast. They do lots of great episodes every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Go check them out. They're on YouTube Live. They also have Twitter at Dadass Podcast. You can also follow Tiffany and James, the other co-host, on Twitter as well. They sub to us, so if you want to quickly find them easier, go through our subs and check them out. But guys, I love their podcast. I'm going to definitely be tuning in tonight at 9 o'clock to their podcast. So I can't wait for that. So that's the plug there for Dadass Podcast. And while I'm doing plugs, Michael Chow TV is also in the chat. He's got his own wrestling podcast right here on Spreaker. Go check him out. WWMC TV. He does the Raw Smackdown review. Go check him out, guys. If you love us, you're going to love Michael Chow. Great stuff there. And he's our 2016 Fan of the Year from last year.
Yeah, and there you go. There's your cheap pop for the night.
And he says the Velveteen Dream elbow drop is insane. Yeah, it is. Like, he gets so much height with that elbow drop. Like, I think he goes higher than Kari Zane. I think for sure he's like a little bit above.
Taller, of course.
But it looks so good, and he does it so clean. So clean.
The Velveteen
Dream. Clean.
God. The stupid song stuck in my head, man.
And then we finished off last week with Kari Zane's NXT TV debut versus Aaliyah, our girl Aaliyah from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And it was a really good match. These girls actually had a really decent match against each other. It was a good showing by Aaliyah. Look, she's improving, like month after month, man. I'm seeing a lot of promise in Aaliyah. I hope they have plans for her going forward. But Kari Zane picks up the victory with her insane high elbow drop. As we just talked about, Velveteen Dream's elbow drop. Kari Zane's is also epic. So good for Kari Zane winning her NXT TV debut. And hopefully she builds some momentum going forward, going into her NXT TakeOver match for the Women's Championship.
Yeah, I didn't watch the match, but Kari Zane, she's going to go to the Fatal 4-Way. If she wins it, I wouldn't be shocked if she did, but if she didn't, I don't think she really needs to right now. But she's definitely going to be one of the more popular characters in the NXT for sure. Yeah.
So this week, the show was highlighted about the next steps, determining the other three opponents joining Kari Zane for that Fatal 4-Way at TakeOver Houston. And we started off this week's NXT with the qualifying match, and that was a triple threat match with Peyton Royce, Liv Morgan, and Nikki Cross. And this was a great match. Oh my God, man. Like, you start off a show with a match like this, and you're already getting people to get glued to that screen and continue watching.
Yeah, sometimes, it was a good match. I kind of wish Tainara Conti didn't get involved, but...
Oh, come on. That was great. I mean, besides that, there were lots of good spots in this match, but eventually Undisputed. But it was all part of Undisputed Era's plan. They came out with a female, and it was my girl, Tainara Conti. Shout out to you on Twitter. She likes a lot of my tweets, and I'm in love with her.
Don't tell Paige that.
Yeah, she's from the Mae Young Classic. She goes to the ring and attacks Nikki Cross. So basically, Undisputed is trying to play mind games with Sanity by attacking the female version of Sanity, so that's why it made sense. Even costing her the match as she ran into Peyton Royce, chasing Tainara Conti around the ring, and then Peyton Royce gave Nikki Cross a fisherman suplex with a bridge. That bridge is so nice. Peyton Royce's finisher with that fisherman suplex in the bridge is insane. Like, she is so... I guess I can say it like this. She's so flexible.
Yeah. You can take that however you wish, but yes.
Ty Dillinger,
absolutely.
lucky man.
But yeah, she wins with a fisherman suplex. Like, when was the last time you saw anybody use a fisherman suplex
as a finisher? And she bridges it. Like, that's what makes it even more crazy. And Peyton Royce is the one to move on, and that's a good choice. I think it's a good choice out of the three. Yeah, I would have had Nikki Cross, but I think they're going to play her more in the role with this Sanity versus Undisputed Era thing. Who knows? Maybe Undisputed Era gets another woman, because on the backstage fallout with Tainara Conti, I guess Tainara Conti had a deal with Undisputed Era, and they kind of just dumped her and said, "What deal? What are you talking about? There must be a language barrier because she's Brazilian." So, Peyton Royce is moving on. So far we got Kairi Sane, Peyton Royce, already a stacked 2 out of the 4 members for that fatal 4-way for the determine the new NXT Women's Champion. So what a way to open the show, man! Like, you had all of that into the opening of your show. Like, that opening of the show beat Raw and SmackDown this week. I'm sorry, it did. Yeah, that Peyton Royce spinning kick, Michael Chow said in the chat, unreal. Yeah, and Iconic's awesome too.
And Nikki Cross is just a nut, man. Like, she was like clawing at people. Like, she's a great character.
Yeah, she's nuts.
And Liv Morgan will probably get another shot, probably in another qualifying match. But I liked it. I liked it a lot. I wish they would have given it a little bit more time. I thought maybe it was cut short a little bit.
Yeah, and Liv Morgan, it's the first time you've seen her on TV in a long time. She's been gone for a while, so good to hear for her getting some TV time. That's great. But maybe she's doing better now that she's let go of that useless Amore.
God, that guy's an idiot on multiple levels.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a good opening. Women's Can you imagine if Raw did a triple threat women's match?
It wouldn't happen. Vince wouldn't allow it. Vince is gonna wait for that dead hour and put him on there.
And then a tag team match.
Try to do these first time ever things, put him in the main event, but then ruin it with a shitty build. So, anyways, we moved on to Lio Rush facing the Velveteen Dream. I guess a grudge match for what Velveteen Dream did to Lio Rush last week. They had a great start to the match. The starting of this match, if you blinked, you missed it. Lio Rush is like the fastest and most impressive wrestler I've ever seen. And the fact that he's in NXT is just amazing. There's such a good future with Lio Rush, this 22-year-old prodigy. Oh my God, man. Like, again, if you blinked, you missed the opening of this match. He's so quick. And he's so good. Like, he's insane.
Yeah, and like that first minute, him and Velveteen Dream did it was basically him, but he did like 7 or 8 moves in like the span of like 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was nuts. I see a lot of promise in him.
I just didn't like how Velveteen Dream beat him in a couple minutes. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I didn't like it. He had I guess my boy Ronaldo. Awesome that I get to hear Ronaldo on a weekly basis too now. Like, this is awesome to get to review this. He hits a Death Valley bomb on Lio Rush, and then hits his finisher, the Purple Rain elbow drop. Oh, okay. God. And then Lio Rush loses in his first official match in NXT, which is shocking. It's weird. I don't know. I would have never booked him to lose in his first NXT match. And a lot of people were talking about that on Twitter when the spoilers came out. And I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, how do they make this guy lose? This guy is, he's 22 years old and he's a prodigy, right? He's got a lot ahead of him. So, I don't know. I hope there is a future with Lio Rush, man. And the one thing I pray to God, and I tweeted about it, is that they don't put this guy on 205 Live if he goes to the main roster. He'll just die in 205 Live. You already have enough. You have guys that are as impressive as him on 205 Live, and they don't get enough time. Like Cedric Alexander, Grand Metalik, Brian Kendrick can still have a sick match. I don't know why they don't ever use him anymore. Like, they had him with TJP. Like, he just get lost in there. So
I agree with that. I don't want him to get called up to that.
No, I hope he sticks around in NXT after the match.
Unless they repackage the Cruiserweight division and put it back to Full Sail, then maybe bring him in there.
I hope so. That would be amazing. But after the match, Dream does the Aleister Black pose in the middle of the ring and mocking him. And I'm like, oh, man. Adding fuel to the fire, Velveteen Dream. That's why I like this guy. He's a crazy heel. Michael Chow saying, newbies, I guess I have the job in the first match. Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish lost in their NXT debut. So, yeah, that's right. They did, too. I don't know. Maybe it's weird, but somehow the product still stays good. It's odd. again, there's flaws in NXT. They're not that perfect. We moved on to Danny Burch challenging Lars Sullivan from what he did last week. Burch requested this match from Lars attacking Oney Lorcan after the match. Burch tried to compete with Lars through this whole match, and he basically was just Lars is just too dominant. They're building this guy as like the Braun Strowman of NXT. Like he's like the poor man's Braun Strowman, obviously, but the Lars eventually wins. So I mean, I get then his dominance is going to continue. I don't know if they have something planned. I imagine that Triple H has something long term planned for this guy, not just come out and squash week after week until they figure it out. I imagine something's going to come out of this. So maybe they have another big guy training at the Performance Center right now, ready to get called up, and that'll be his competition or something. So we'll see what happens with him. But as much as a lot of people hate Lars Sullivan, they kind of need this kind of character on NXT. You know what I mean? They need this big dominant guy. It adds something to the roster.
Yeah, fuck. Authors of Pain. Ugh. But yeah, I mean, I can see why people like these kinds of characters, and I mean, he is getting kind of over, and the whole beating up his tag team partner thing was kind of funny. But now it seems like maybe he'll go on a dominant run. But then again, NXT really could use a mid-card title because that's a guy that really could use a mid-card title. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like Lars Sullivan could be dominant with that mid-card title, man. Like he could be the guy holding it for a long time, and he's just going after person after person after person, and then you build maybe an underdog story with someone, a guy like Roderick Strong maybe, and then you have Roderick Strong finally defeat Lars Sullivan at a takeover. The crowd would fucking lose their shit for that.
Absolutely.
So, I think they need a mid-card title. Hopefully, eventually they do get one, man. NXT is just growing way too big for them not to have one now.
I want to see him get into a more meaningful feud after this. Then maybe I get more invested in him.
Yeah. One of the commentators said Lars Sullivan is undefeated, and they should build him on this. Aleister Black versus Lars Sullivan, streak versus streak. Oh, yeah. Aleister Black hasn't lost either.
Yeah, but I don't think Aleister Black's the type of guy to go up against that guy.
But yeah, it's like the underdog thing. I mean, Roderick Strong is almost the same size.
Yeah, Roderick Strong, he's not going to go up against Lars Sullivan and win. Let's be real.
So, but I mean, if you do Aleister Black, I can it's a good prediction. Again, unless they have someone in the Performance Center getting ready to get called up and line up for Lars Sullivan, we're just gonna have to wait.
I could see after War Games him and Killian Dane having some sort of feud.
That's a big guy feud right there. One of the guys
that's more what I'm thinking of is him versus Killian Dane would work better after this whole War Games thing with Undisputed Era is over.
Cupid Girl, that's way more. That's way more better than Roman versus Cena.
What do you mean Roman versus Cena? Come on, man. Roman and friends.
Right, yeah. You don't get the Shield. You got Roman and friends.
Oh, we're not going to talk about that.
Anyways,
yes.
After that, we'll move on from Lars Sullivan.
Yeah,
we're done with him. After that, it was announced that Drew McIntyre will have a sit-in exclusive interview next week to talk about the future plans with the NXT title. So I'm excited for that and seeing what the hell is going to go on with Drew McIntyre. Maybe someone interrupts the interview and we get a few built off that. So I'm looking forward to that. Then we had the Street Profits.
Yeah, I love these guys.
Versus some random jobbers. I've forgotten their names, and it probably doesn't fucking matter because we probably won't see them ever again, or we might see them, but they'll be under new names.
We saw the purple Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, the purple Jeff Hardy. The purple Jeff Hardy. Oh,
it's literally what he looked like.
But it was a decent match. It was just like a showcase, really. The Street Profits are so good. They're so over with the NXT crowd right now. It's insane, man. They're getting so much momentum and they're getting so much build. It's crazy. And finally, Angelo Dawkins has been in NXT for ever. He's like the fucking grandpa of NXT, and he's finally get something that's gold for once, man. I remember he's had terrible tag teams in the past that really have not worked. We have from the first base set we collected, we have him team with someone, and who was it? Sawyer Fulton,
something like that.
Yeah, the Red Cup is more over than Roman,
or it might have been Riddick Moss.
Yeah, it might have been Riddick Moss, but
another NXT lifer.
Yeah. But it's awesome. I love the Street Profits, man. Dude, these guys are money, like straight up, they're money, man. They're so hype.
Yeah, especially Montez Ford, man. The guy's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's fast. Like he is so freaking athletic. It's insane. Like oh man, it sucks because Angelo Dawkins is athletic, but he's not even close to Montez Ford. So I love these guys.
I think they complement each other well, though, because they both do certain things that the other one doesn't. I think it works well.
Yeah. I can't believe we didn't get a Street Profits and Crime Time segment NXT Brooklyn. Maybe we'll get it some. I know Brooklyn makes more sense, Michael Chow, but we'll get it next year or something. I don't know. Because I don't think the Street Profits are going anywhere for a while, man. So, yeah, it was a missed opportunity.
I really hope that they continue with them because they're really over.
Yeah. I'm liking and expecting big things out of the Street Profits going forward here in NXT. Hopefully they get a tag team title match soon, maybe after the whole Undisputed Era thing. With that's what kind of sucks about that. Like the tag team titles are lost in the mix up there, and I can't really see Undisputed Era like Fish and O'Reilly getting a tag team title shot. I can't. Well, maybe I do. I'm on the fence about that. I can see both ways. If you're not getting involved with tag team titles, and I hate when that happens and the titles get lost in the confusion there, and it's left with all the other tag teams going, "What the hell are we fighting for?" So we'll see what happens with that. Main event of NXT was insane. What a match. We had the rematch from TakeOver Brooklyn of Johnny Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas, who is a completely underrated superstar on NXT. I'm giving full props to this guy and how much he's getting built in the last 2 years, man. When he first came into NXT, I thought he was going to be a jobber, and that was going to be it. Like, he's just useless talent, and boy, has he changed my mind.
Well, I think he's a guy that's definitely NXT all over him. If he gets called up to the main roster, he's going to be a jobber.
Yeah, I tweeted about that. I'm like, I can see this guy just getting buried on the main. He's going to be like a Sin Cara or a Kalisto. Like, he's just not going to get the time he should.
You want Sin Cara to get more time?
He already gets enough time. It's the guy you got to beat.
Yeah, that hasn't been there in 2 months. But yeah, Cien Almas, he is an incredible talent, man. Yeah. And I think people are really starting to realize that after his match with Gargano at Brooklyn. Yeah. But then this match was great also.
And we're not taking anything away from Gargano. We know he's an incredible wrestler. We don't have to say anything about Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling. Guy's nickname's Johnny fucking Wrestling, for Christ's sake. I don't have to say how good he is.
And he's married to Candice LeRae. Like, the guy's a beast.
So this was a really good match, man. These guys have built a lot of chemistry with each other, and they've only had one match. Sorry, 2 matches now with tonight. They already look like they could go on for a couple more matches, and they would put off, like, match of the night. Like, these guys were insane this week. Johnny trying to take advantage of the distraction loss from TakeOver. He's trying to like build himself back from that loss. It was a devastating loss to him. He thinks he should have beat Andre that, and he probably should have in Brooklyn, but because of what his manager did, throwing the DIY shirt right at Johnny's face really distracted him and sent him in a trance, and losing that match at TakeOver Brooklyn. Cien took a lot of control out of this match. It was basically all of Cien Almas for most of the beginning and middle part of this match, even though Johnny Gargano did have his reversals here and there, and he did have a little bit of momentum building. It was basically all Andrade, and he looks so good, man. And it eventually led to a lot of back and forth action between both guys, and they just laid it all out on the line here, man. There were so many near falls. It was insane. Like, I couldn't tell when the match was going to end. Like, I was sitting there looking at my watch, looking at TV, and I'm like, okay, is this going to be the time? Or, holy shit, look at the move they just pulled off. Is this going to be the end of the match? No, like, it was such a good match. Yeah, Selena Vega, that's her name. It's Austin Aries' wife. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Michael Chow says, Andrade Cien Almas is Mexico's next greatest export.
And hopefully it doesn't turn out like the last one, but
yeah. Oh, that's true. Okay, I kind of see that. Cupid Girl says that Cien is a way more cockier version of Nato from New Japan. I do see that, Cupid Girl. I do see that. It's actually a good analogy there. I see it now. I'm gonna be thinking that every time I see Andrade Cien Almas now. God damn it. Anyways, my God, the end of this match was fucking insane. Like Gargano setting up for the finish, and then Selena Vega ripping off her jacket. She was wearing the DIY shirt this time. And like it almost didn't distract Johnny because he countered it into a move. But then Cien Almas, man, it's like he's getting smarter against Gargano. Like he's finding ways. The T-shirt still distracted Gargano no matter what. But he's finding more ways of capitalizing even on the reversals of the distraction and pulling it off here. And his finisher is sick. I love that finisher. It's like that hook elbow DDT kind of thing he does. It's so good. So good.
I mean, these guys, I could watch them fight for a friggin' 7-match series and be a lot better than Sheamus in a 7-match series.
No, they want Sheamus in that series. Sheamus.
And I don't think, obviously this isn't the end, and I don't mind seeing Almas winning here because Gargano is always better as the underdog and chasing the victory. So I expect them to have another match, and I think Gargano will get the upper hand of this feud in the end.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna have the rubber match at NXT? Like, are they gonna wait till Takeover here? Like they kind of like build the feud now?
I mean, I wouldn't be against it.
Yeah, because if you're going to do something, maybe Tommaso Ciampa heals a little bit sooner, and maybe we get him included in this. Maybe he joins forces with Andre Cien Almas. I don't know, and we can do something there.
Well, yeah, what's going on with Ciampa? When's he supposed to be back?
Oh, I forget. I honestly forgot. Like we talked about it in the Lowdown show a while back, and I mentioned it in the Sunday Night Heat, I think back in like August too. I don't remember. I honestly, if you guys know in the chat, let us know if you guys know how long Tommaso Ciampa is going to be out for. But Cuba Girl says, I like how Johnny can't get over the DIY breakup. Man, yeah, it still affects him. Like I think it's going to affect him until Ciampa comes back. So maybe he just keeps losing until Ciampa comes back, and maybe he gets that underdog, that chasing win, as you would say, against Ciampa. He gets his revenge. Maybe we won't see the next win by Johnny Gargano until then.
Yeah, or maybe he's about to beat Cien Almas finally, and then Ciampa comes out.
Ciampa comes back. Oh,
yeah.
Man, I see that. I'd go nuts if that happened. Still waiting for someone in the chat to...
And can't wait for that feud to happen, because that's going to be a great feud on NXT when
my God.
Ciampa finally comes back.
That's going to be one of the most intense feuds, no matter what else is going on the show. Ciampa and Gargano will be one of the main, like, high-level feuds on the show, 100%. So we'll see. We'll see, and we'll have to see and wait for Ciampa to come back. And I don't know when he's going to come back.
And like NXT can put on just a one-on-one match for no title as their main event.
Yeah, and it blew Raw and SmackDown out of the water. Who would have thought? Oh man.
Although I will say that I am intrigued by the whole Zayn and Owens thing.
Yes.
But as for like the last 2 or 3 months of the main roster product, like that was obviously much better.
Yeah. Oh, good prediction by Michael Chow. Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae versus Cien Almas and Selena Vega.
Yes.
There,
like that.
Mixed tag match. That'd be
awesome. Is Candice LeRae signed with NXT or no?
I don't know. I wish I knew. I should know. I should do my fucking research. I'll have to find that out.
Even if she isn't, that she's definitely a talent that they should sign anyway. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, 100%.
And have her with Gargano in that feud if Vega can wrestle. I'm not sure if she does wrestle or not.
I think she does. I think she has wrestled in the past. Again, I think wrestling couples, I think they both wrestle.
Yeah, like I don't think Aries would marry her if she didn't.
Yeah, but that's a good prediction, Michael Chow. That's awesome.
Like
Keeper
that
Girl
a lot.
thinks that Johnny and Tommaso are gonna be freaking lit. And it might be the new Kenny versus Kenny versus Okada match of this year. Ah man, I know that these two can put off in a tag team. They can put off match of the year, a match against each other. You might be right, man. They might be putting up a match of the year against each other, man. I think the first meeting between Johnny Gargano and Ciampa, when Ciampa comes back, that's gonna be an insane fucking match. Like that's gonna be insane. You wonder why we're reviewing this now, guys. You wonder why. Because all the excitement. Look what I have something to look forward to in NXT. Raw and SmackDown, I cringe every time that comes back every week. I'm like, how are they going to fuck it up this week? Thank you, Michael Chow. Here we got some insight. Candice LeRae is not signed. and they barely just signed Shayna Baszler 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I heard that she was actually like not wanting to sign WWE and have some more MMA matches. So,
well, maybe she'll get the Brock Lesnar deal where she's allowed to wrestle still, and fight.
Yeah, the bridge deal.
Oh yeah, the Brock Lesnar iron cut contract deal there.
Iron cut contract.
Ironclad whatever the fuck Big Show said that one time when Johnny Laurinaitis gave him that like ironclad contract.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. But
yeah,
NXT was great.
Like I said, I was telling you off camera, like it wasn't the greatest show as far as building feuds, but as far as a wrestling show, it was very good. Like next week we're getting the Drew McIntyre exclusive interview.
Yeah, see what's going on with the title.
I assume that in an Undisputed Era we'll probably get involved in that.
Yeah. It's just you have stuff to look forward to. You have the Aleister Black Velveteen Dream. That's exciting to look forward to. Again, Johnny Gargano, Andrade, Cien Almas. You want to see what their bill goes to. You want to see what the next qualifying women's match. You want to see who's going to be the next woman to be added to that Fatal 4-Way match. Like you want to see what Undisputed Era is going to do next. You have so much to look forward to. And like it's crazy. I never can sit here and name a list of things to be excited for Raw and SmackDown the week next. Right now, it's probably just what the Shield is going to do on Raw and what Sami Zayn and Owens, how that storyline is going to further. Because I can't get into Ty Dillinger because he's not fucking on TV anymore. So that's why we chose to do NXT. NXT is just so much better. So much better. It's insane how great it is. Also, Cubic Girl says that United or Undisputed versus Sanity next week. Wait, that is next week. I thought that was 2 weeks from now. Hang on a second. I have it in my notes here. Okay, that is supposed to be happening next week. And that's when I said that I don't think it's...
Yeah, they did announce it. I remember seeing the little promo for next week.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen in a match. I think they're just going to brawl like crazy. And this Undisputed Era can still get into the Drew McIntyre thing. Or if not, there's something else that's going to completely shock us and is going to be amazing. Because I look forward to NXT every goddamn week. Michael Chow, I can't believe I have to review Raw and SmackDown live tomorrow. I envy you guys. Michael Chow, we're still going to tune into your show. Don't worry, man. I want to hear what you got to say about Raw and SmackDown. And guys, we're still going to tweet our live reactions. If we're watching it, I'm still going to tweet. You can still tweet with us. We'll join you in the best we can. I just don't want to review it anymore. You know what? We want to review something good, and NXT continues to produce good show week after week. I mean, again, like we said, it's not perfect, but it's better than Raw and SmackDown, and you can't argue with us that it's not. And then their pay-per-views are better. Look what happened SummerSlam weekend. TakeOver Brooklyn was way better than the actual SummerSlam pay-per-view. The pre-show match, the third one, was the best match on SummerSlam's whole card.
The tag team match.
Yeah. Sad. Completely sad. Anyways, guys, we're done with the review.
You want to plug some of the upcoming things we got coming on the channel?
Oh, yeah. Before we get into the list of 10 tweets, guys... lots of stuff coming up to the channel, especially next week with 2K18 being released. Now, we did not get the deluxe edition because it's way too goddamn expensive up here. I'm getting the regular edition, so next Tuesday I'll be getting it. Big things. We're getting a recording of the Main Event Classic next week. It's going to start, or myself and Corporate Cappy are going to try to do some commentary for that. So if not Corporate Cappy, or not with Corporate Cappy, myself, we're going to do some commentary. Big things. You know what? I thought about doing a Brackology episode. You know what? It takes too much time and too much graphic work. So I'm just going to post the graphics on our Twitter account for you guys to see what matches are developed into both sides of the bracket for the Main Event Classic. I may make its own Twitter page for you guys to follow, so stay tuned for that. Lots more unboxings coming to the channel up in the next week or two.
Yeah.
I think did I post? No, I got one more to. I think it's going to post tomorrow or the day after. There's something coming on the channel. I'm trying to get. I'm still trying to finish the second trailer for the Main Event Classic. It's taking me a while because I've been doing a lot of editing for it. But yeah, Michael Chow, you're picking it up tomorrow. Let me know how it is. Anyways, I don't think there's anything else coming to the channel. Is there anything else?
I think that was it. And yeah, we're in almost November, so
it's crazy. Yep, and we're getting close to those NHBWP Slammies, ladies and gentlemen. So Twitter Fan of the Year, we're gonna get our list prepared soon for nominees, and then we'll think long and hard about the winner here. And then if you guys win that Twitter Fan of the Year, You get your own theme song for the entire year before every one of your tweets. Can you imagine that? I got a lot of stuff planned for the Slammies this year, guys. A lot of graphics, a lot of stuff. I'm probably going to have to start doing it next month because it's going to take me a long time. But got a lot of plans for that Slammy episode. So free up your calendar in December. Probably early December, we're going to do an entire episode with the Slammies. It's probably going to be like a 4 or 5 hour episode. So, Yep.
And our year-end review show as well.
Oh, yeah, we get the year-end review show. God. Lots of stuff coming up, guys. Michael Chelsea's going to do a review of 2K. Okay, that's good. I'll listen to that. So we're going to get that, second part of the show, which we did with the Lowdown Show originally. We're going to do it with the Lowdown Show remix, and that is the list of 10.
10.
You know what? You know what happens? You know what's going to happen? You just made the list.
That's right. Welcome to the list of 10, the part of the show where myself and Corporate Cappy have our list of 10 superstars, which they get a perfect 10 rating or they make the list. And this is a brand new version because it's on NXT. Damn, this is going to be something. This is going to be something. So
I can't give less than 10 moments to the main roster this week.
I guess if you want to, I guess you know what, whatever, we'll include it. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna at least try to keep it NXT based. But we'll start off as always with our corporate co-host, Corporate Cappy.
I mean, yeah, there wasn't really anything bad this week on the main or on NXT that I can really give a list moment to.
What's your 10 moment for NXT?
Can we do one for each?
Sure, why not?
For the main, if there is any for the main roster, and I do want to give a shout out this week for the main roster to Mickie James and Alexa Bliss's promo this week on Monday Night Raw. I really like this feud. I know a lot of people were expecting it to be Nia Jax, but I think Mickie James and the promos that her and Alexa have cut on each other in the last couple of weeks, they're hilarious. Going off the whole Mickie's old thing and Mickie saying she still got it, and I really like to see Mickie James in this type of role. She's really good on the mic, and she's still hot as hell at whatever age she's at. And Alexa's a great, just dastardly bitch heel that you just love to hate or love to love if you're me. So I think it's a really good women's feud finally on Monday Night Raw, but I don't expect it to last long. But for now, Mickie James and Alexa Bliss on Monday Night Raw, they get a perfect
10.
That's right. They get the perfect 10.
I think they deserved to be talked about this week because it was good. Finally, something good in the women's division.
Yeah. My perfect 10 moment of the week is going down to NXT. And you're probably going to guess what it is. And it's to my girl, Tainara Conti, getting some TV time on NXT. Damn, is she hot. Holy shit. Man, but she looks I love her outfit, man. And how her tights incorporate her own, like, she is a black belt. And how, like, the design is a black belt around her tights. Because she is a black belt jiu-jitsu artist. She's just a complete badass, man. She's a girl that knows Brazilian jiu-jitsu from, like, birth till now. And she's in NXT. Like, I can see some big things from Tainara Conti, man. She's a beast that also looks great. The complete package. I know.
Speaking about a perfect 10. Oh.
I know, but I know the language thing is probably going to be an issue. And again, they have a lot of superstars like that, but that are big in the WWE. So I hope some big things are coming for Tainara Conti, and the fact that she was with the Undisputed this week. I know they dumped her after in the backstage fallout, but for my girl Tainara Conti being on NXT, she gets a perfect
10.
She gets a 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. I know Paige might get jealous, Greg. I'm sorry, but just like Tainara Conti, man, she just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I kind of wish she wouldn't have got involved, but I kind of see why she got involved. So we'll see.
This is the whole sanity thing.
I agree. I don't have a list moment this week. I'm just gonna give I'm gonna give another 10 moment to let's see, the Street Profits. Why not? My boys, the Street Profits, man.
Yeah.
Although they faced some jobber fucking Jeff Hardy wannabes, they're still getting way over with this gimmick, and I don't think anybody expected this when it first started to take off like it has. And again, like we were saying earlier, Angelo Dawkins finally is doing something relevant in NXT after so many years of just doing nothing. And Montez Ford is going to be an incredible talent with or without him. So my boys, the Street Profits, for continuing to gain momentum and continuing to get over with the NXT universe, they get another perfect
10.
Yes, they get a perfect 10. I agree. These guys are getting so over. It's insane, man. I'm loving the Street Profits right now. You got that cry. Yeah, you gotta buy that cup. You gotta... Don't you have a cup? You have a WWE cup.
You gave me the Jericho one.
Yeah, that's right. The Jericho.
The Drink It In Man cup. It's a great cup too. Yeah, but yes, I want to see more of them in the future.
Well, I don't have a list moment for NXT because I thought it was a good show from start to finish. So, I'm giving my list moment to the main roster. To sucking so much ass for 5 total hours of wrestling that got outbeat by barely 55 minutes in one show. Completely sad.
And they also got beat out by the Bears and Vikings 3-2 Monday night game at half.
Wow. Monday Night Raw, you guys are so good. You guys could put your cruiserweights in the main event? Oh, that's so cool. Oh my god,
You're
good job.
Smart.
You put good for them. Oh, you put your main event in the middle of the show. Wow. Oh man. What good booking. Not in my eyes. Just complete and utter laziness with bookings. I like the Shield thing, sort of, maybe not. I love the Owens and Zayn thing, but other than that, everything else can go right down the toilet, flush, see you later. And for that, the main roster.
You know what? You just made the list.
That's right. They make the list. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I that's a lot of people, but excluding... I like the Shield thing. I just don't think this is the opponents to do it against. And the build is only solely to put Roman over, which is not going to fucking work, because as soon as the Shield breaks up, Roman's going to go right back to square one and getting booed all over again. So what the fuck is going through their heads that think that the Shield reunion is finally going to get Roman over? Yeah, he's getting fucking cheered, but that's because he's getting cheered because of Ambrose and Rollins being with him, and we're getting the Shield for the first time in 3 years. Not because... people love Roman Reigns.
I really just hope that they actually come out with the Shield gear for their match, and it's not just the stupid T-shirt that they already had made on the shop.
I swear to God, I guarantee it. I fucking guarantee it. At TLC, they're not coming out to the Shield theme. They're fucking coming out to Roman Reigns' theme song. I fucking guarantee it. Either that or they all have their separate entrances. They're not fucking coming through the crowd, or if they do, it's going to be fucking Roman Reigns' theme. And you can tell the fucking difference. People are like, oh, no, it's the same theme. No. If you're a smart fan, and you're a smart mark like myself, you know the fucking difference. You know
There's a big difference. Yeah. But it's just going to be hilarious. They'll be like, oh, look, they're cheering Roman's theme.
Yeah, fuck off. Like, Vince, they're cheering Roman now. Oh, I told you he'd be over. Done, I told you, man. No more mute button, I told you. Fucking unbelievable. Get the fuck out of here. That's why we're doing the NXT. Fuck the main roster. Fuck them.
That's some harsh words right there.
I'm sorry. I apologize to some listeners that I just offended you or in any way. Offended any Roman fans.
We still might do some pay-per-view reviews, but...
Oh, yeah, and predictions, that sort of thing. But RAW and Smackdown review, not going to cut it right now.
Until they give us a reason to start reviewing it again, then we're not going to review it.
Exactly. So, we're going to move into the last part of the show. And that's your tweets. We got tweets for NXT. Oh, and I'm actually excited about reading some positive tweets, not some shitty-ass tweets, about how bad the product is. Can't wait. Can't wait to read these. All right. Let me pull them up here, because I didn't have them pulled up. God damn it.
Way to go.
I'm sorry. It's the first episode. All right, there they are. All right, so we'll start off with Glorious Greg at xgilly929 on Twitter. He puts, man, Almas and Gargano. I hope they're not underutilized if they get called up two very talented individuals. Well, Gargano, probably not. Cien Almas, yes, he'll be underutilized for sure. How'd you guys feel about the Street Profits and Usos feud somewhere later in the future? Damn, if it's heel Usos against the Street Profits, if you've seen how good the New Day is, and New Day is like, they can kind of, I know the Street Profits are more gangster and the New Day is not, but New Day can actually be gangster when they want to be. I think I'd love to see an Usos and Street Profits feud. The build for that would be insane. The promos for that would be epic, and I think their matches would be even greater. So I'd love to see a Street Profits and Usos feud in the later future. That'd be awesome. But then again, you get called to the main roster, you never know. Never know where you're going to end up. It's all about Sheamus.
Or they could just
Sheamus.
They could just water down your character and just make you cringe as hell. PG.
Yeah. Glorious Greg says, also, even though my father is on SmackDown, Bobby Roode, I might just watch NXT till Raw and SmackDown pick up their game. Oh, he's going to join the club. Too sweet. Oh, I probably shouldn't do that. I'll get a cease and desist by WWE.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, on our unmonetized channel.
That apparently you're whatever you did.
Okay, guys, you're going to love this. So our YouTube channel, we are non-profit here at No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. If you're new and you don't know that, we don't collect any funds. We have a Patreon page that I made for some reason because someone asked me to, but I don't fucking get nothing on there. We don't ask for money here. We don't ask for anything. We're not running ads on our YouTube videos. We don't want money. We do this for hobby. It's our hobby. We do it for you guys. We love doing it. We don't care. We do it for free. We don't care. So anyways, our Lowdown show randomly for some reason at times, not all the time, at times, gets hit with a flag from YouTube saying that we're not allowed to use the Lowdown theme because it says because it basically telling us that we can't put a video out and monetize it using a WWE theme. Meanwhile, I'm not monetizing it and I'm not running it with ads. We just can't use it, but it won't do it all the time. It just randomly it'll just do it. I don't know why. It's like, but all it says in the email is like, oh, we're gonna be collecting the revenue from the ads. Like, we're gonna run ads on your video. We're gonna collect the revenue from the ads and send it to the people that own the song. Fucking do it. I don't care. Do it. Just don't take my video down from YouTube. I don't care because they'll send me that email, but then the video won't be there. So like, I'm like, what the fuck? This makes no sense. Do what you got to do. Put ads. Put the money somewhere else. I don't care. We're not making that much anyway. We're making like 2 cents a month. I don't care. Just don't take the video down. That's all I ask.
If you're listening, YouTube.
If you're listening. Probably not, but... Anyways. Next tweet is CupidGirl125 at CGirl125 on Twitter. She puts, what future opponents do you guys see Adam Cole go up against? Also, Nikki Cross is just my favorite NXT woman right now. She is a lot. But future opponents for Adam Cole, I would love to see an Adam Cole-Roderick Strong match, obviously. Adam Cole... Aleister Black comes to mind. I'd love to see. I know it's a weird dynamic there. Johnny Gargano would be sick. I know there's not. The right storyline needs to be put in place for that. Drew McIntyre with Adam Cole is weird. I don't know. I don't know if I like that or not.
Like I said, Roderick Strong, if he can build himself up to face those guys and not join them, I think that would be money.
That's why they need to send some people that are not being utilized to the main roster down to NXT because there's lots of people on the main roster that can capitalize on these people down there and can have really epic matches. So we'll see. I think number one, I guess me and Cobra Cappy agree. Cupid Girl is Roderick Strong. I think we want to see that for sure. That's like a big match for NXT. My other question is, how are you liking the Velveteen Dream Aleister Black feud and the Johnny Can't Forget DIY storyline? Velveteen Dream and Black love the feud. And again, Cobra Cappy's got his doubts with Velveteen Dream. Putting that aside, Velveteen Dream and Black are going to have an epic feud. So far, the build has been epic. Velveteen Dream trying to get Aleister Black to say his name and look at him, and Aleister Black is having none of it, being that silent, mysterious guy that can kick your fucking head off and being undefeated, and Velveteen Dream trying to end that undefeated streak. I love the build for this thing. I love the feud from start to finish. I love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. And the Johnny Gargano feud, as we said already, has been awesome. And we see Johnny maybe eventually winning later down the line, maybe, or Ciampa coming back and costing him the win. That'd be something. But yeah, that's basically our...
Yeah, I really don't want to get into Velveteen Dream because I need to see him a bit more because my opinion on him isn't great. So I don't want to completely bash the guy, but I need to see more of him before I can really determine if he's going to be something or not.
Finally, Cupid Girl, and finally, Cupid Girl says, "I'm glad you guys are doing NXT now. Hopefully, Raw and SmackDown can get their act together soon. Yes, we hope as well." Keep it girl. Like we don't. It's not like we hate reviewing it. We do, like we want to, but we just can't. Just can't. We're finding it very difficult to review Raw and SmackDown right now. So, anyways, next set of tweets comes from our 2016 No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast Fan of the Year, Michael Chow. That's right. It goes to Michael Chow. His tweet's coming up, and he gets his theme song right before we read his tweets. And guys, if you want to win your theme song or have your theme song played right before your tweets, all you got to do is win 2017 Fan of the Year. Everyone is put into that category or that nominee list. All you got to do is interact with the podcast, tweet at us, follow the podcast, do all that stuff, chat with us in the chat, and you're automatically qualified to be the 2017 No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast Fan of the Year. But you don't just have to subscribe to us. Interact with us, man. You have to, boost yourself up. Make us pick you. Make us find the reason to pick you. So Michael Chow has picked that theme. You get to pick your own theme song, by the way. But we'll get into his tweets. He puts, since they're bringing back War Games for NXT, what other former gimmick pay-per-views would you like to see NXT host? I pick Cyber Saturday.
Cyber Saturday? Okay, then.
Or even like a Cyber Sunday. That'd be cool. If they bring back a gimmick pay-per-view, definitely not. Well, they already did Fatal 4-Way. That's a good question. I'd love to see an NXT Hell in a Cell match eventually. That'd be cool. But not like a whole NXT Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. A lot of people say this. A lot of people want to see an NXT Royal Rumble. That'd be cool. Like at the Royal Rumble and NXT Royal Rumble. That'd be dope. Yeah.
So do you mean pay-per-view or just a match?
Gimmick. He says, what former gimmick pay-per-views? Okay, gimmick pay-per-views.
And is this for the main roster or for NXT?
Just NXT, because NXT is bringing back War Games, which was the WCW pay-per-view. I'd see Halloween Havoc. I want to see something based on Halloween. Like, we're in October, and like, yeah, we got Hell in a Cell, but I want to see something to do with October, man. I'd love to see like an NXT Halloween Havoc, like a Halloween special kind of episode. You know what I mean?
That's a tough one. I can't
I know
really
it's
think of
tough,
anything.
right? Yeah, it's really tough. I can't think of a gimmick pay-per-view off the top of my head. Maybe NXT Money in the Bank would be sick too. I'd love to see that. We'll get back to you, Michael Chow. We'll get back to you.
Is there any more tweets so I can think about it?
Yeah, Michael Chow has more tweets.
Okay, I'll think about it.
He puts, your pick to win the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic this year. I guess they're having that again, by the way. My pick is the Street Profits, and he has a picture of the red Solo Cup.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna pick the Street Profits too, but I don't know. Maybe
I'm gonna go with a dark horse pick. I'm picking Heavy Machinery. I'm just gonna go with them, man. Either that or Undisputed. I can see just winning the whole fucking thing. Oh, Michael Chow says case takeovers are always Saturdays. That's why he said Cyber Saturdays.
Okay,
that'd be cool.
Maybe the Authors of Sleep come back. I hope not.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go Heavy Machinery.
I'm just gonna say Street Profits is the biased pick right now. But yeah, I mean, I could definitely see Undisputed Era if they're even in it, but I don't know if they're gonna be in the Tag Team Classic.
Yeah,
I doubt it. Maybe like some up and coming team, like from the Performance Center, or God, maybe Riddick Moss and Tito Sabatelli.
Oh God, no. No.
Tito Sabatelli has a sick theme song, but God, they're fucking terrible.
Not enough to win the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
Riddick Moss needs to just get off my TV, and he's never on it anyway, so it's good.
There you go. Who should be NXT's next call-up? My pick is Johnny Gargano should have been Kurt Angle's new signee to 205 Live, not Kalisto. Gargano equals ratings. Oh, he would bring ratings, but no.
Get called up.
I don't want to see him I don't want to see anybody get called up. I'm so scared of anyone good getting called up anymore. It's sad. Fuck.
I don't want. There are guys that I just want to stay on NXT and never get called up ever again.
Yeah.
But As for call-ups, I don't know. Maybe Peyton Royce and Billie Kay.
Yeah, SmackDown. They need to boost that women's division. I agree with that. That's going to be my pick, too. Everyone else can kind of stay there. There's not really a person down there that needs a call-up, but maybe Hideo Itami. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's injured again, but he's kind of disappeared again.
Yeah, maybe they put him in 205 Live, even though, I mean, that seems like what they're doing with good talent like that, and just put him in 205 Live.
And Michael Shell's last tweet, I love it. And lastly, Tainara Conti. Did you see those abs, bruh? And he's got a gif of it's just someone like waving a piece of paper. Those abs were insane.
And her attire, oh man.
God, she's hot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But that's it for the tweets. Thank you guys for tweeting us in the show.
And I really can't think of a gimmick pay-per-view right now. Michael Chow tweeted at you later when I can think of one.
Yeah. But you know, one person that's going to call up and not everyone is ready for Asuka!
Yeah, can't wait for her to get buried like Nakamura, you know? Can't wait.
Oh, God. But guys, thank you for your tweets out there, and encourage other people to tweet on the show. I'd love to hear some other people's opinions as well, not just the same guys every week. You know, we love you guys, and we love your continued support of the podcast. Appreciate everything you guys do for us, and your continued support is all we ask for. So share and get the word out and get more people to listen to No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. And that doesn't even cost you money. That's free. Free.
It's not $9.99.
No, or us $11.99 up here in Canada.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, I think it's going to do it.
Yep.
NXT was great this week. Thank you for your tweets. I have the list of 10 in there. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for the Lowdown Show remix right here on No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast, your Canadian WWE podcast that talks about NXT and no holds barred on anything we say. Pun intended. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at No Holds Barred WP. You can follow us on Instagram as well at No Holds Barred WP. If you're into that Instagram kind of thing, you can also follow myself at Real Kyle Masters. You can follow my co-host at Corporate Cappy on Twitter as well. If you want to listen to us on the go, we are available to follow on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spreaker. Available at Spreaker.com/NHBWP or on the Spreaker app, available for all Android and Apple devices. If you want to watch the podcast on YouTube, YouTube.com/NHBWR is where you have to go and hit that subscribe button with that bell icon so you can get all upload updates and you see my glorious face. Other than that, guys, I'm your host, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, and I am joined again by my co-host. He is the blissful boss, Mr. Corporate himself, Corporate Cappy.
Conspiracies made me change it up.
And we are here reminding you on NXT to keep it on the lowdown.
Used to think you own the street. We're back to back and your ass is dead meat. Victory is sweet. Here's a receipt. Bring it on. What you gonna do about it? Bring it on. Is that what you got? Bring it on. So what you gonna do about it? Bring it on. Gonna kiss your sorry ass, but what you gonna do?